Gee, okay girly, that was a bit harsh, but sure. Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be filming a part 2 to reading 1-star reviews of my favorite books. Now I have so many favorite books, so like I said in the other video, I can film so many parts of this if you guys want to see it, because I cannot pick like one favorite book. Like I love so many and so many books that I've given 5 stars. So today I picked 5 more books that I have given 5 stars and that I love and that are some of my all-time faves to read negative reviews about and basically defend my favorite books, because how can you not like these books? They're phenomenal. I just don't understand. Like obviously everyone has their own opinion and they're entitled to their own opinion, but this is just a fun video, and so I am not excited to get mad, but that's okay. So let's just go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so the first book that I'm going to be reading 1-star reviews of is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I absolutely love this book and the whole like magical vibe it gives off, and Terms and Conditions, the second book in the series, is actually coming out so soon and I'm so freaking excited. You have no idea. I cannot wait to read it. So this book follows Rowan and Zara, and basically Rowan's grandfather passes away and he has given parts of his company, or like his empire, to his 3 grandsons, but in order to get access to their part of the company they need to fulfill the thing that he's asked them to do in the letter. Rowan's part of the company has to do with Dreamland, the theme park, and it's the most magical place ever. Think like Disneyland, and that is actually where Zara works. And so Zara has always wanted to be one of the creators, the people that come up with the ideas of like improvements to make to the park, and so she drunkenly submits this proposal and Rowan ends up really liking it and liking her idea, and so he hires her as one of the creators, and so they're working closely together, so it's like a workplace romance. And yeah, Rowan is super grumpy, hates everything, hates everyone, and Zara is the epitome of like sunshine and everything like good in the world. And so they are working super closely together and they don't really like each other, and slowly that love turns into hate. And yeah, I literally love this book and the vibes and everything is just perfect, and Rowan is everything. So let's look at some 1-star reviews. This one just says 1 star. I don't want to talk about it. I mean, okay, sure. And this one is, I need to stop believing my For You page. Okay, well, I think you should keep believing your For You page, because TikTok has some great recommendations. Like there are some bad ones, there are, but there are some good ones, like The Fine Print. It's phenomenal. Okay, this one says, DNF, not even halfway, it was so bad. The hero and heroine literally are already in love with each other from like page 5. No they weren't. They literally weren't even, they didn't even like each other at page 5, but okay. They had the instant connection, which I completely detest in a book. They made eye contact and immediately felt sparks in the very first chapter. I can't also, the heroine was so look at me. No. What? I'm so quirky, no man can stop me from being myself, and the hero was so cold and harsh. Well, it is a Grumpy Sunshine book, but okay. Don't get me wrong, I love Grumpy Sunshine, but not horribly written ones like this one. Gee, okay girly, that was a bit harsh, but sure. I don't know how you think it's like an insta-love book, because I hate insta-love, and if this was insta-love I would not have enjoyed it, and it wasn't. It wasn't like a super slow burn like Mariana Zapata or anything, but like it was like an in-between, kind of like not too fast, not too slow, like that perfect like in-between level, you know, like. And yeah, instant connection, but instant connection is different between, like there's a difference between instant connection and insta love. Like some characters do have an instant connection with each other, but nothing happens with them until like, you know, halfway through the book. But yeah, alright. If you want a classic 2013 Wattpad story, this book is for you. Well, I happen to love Wattpad stories, okay? It's a guilty pleasure. But whatever. I don't think it was Wattpaddy at all. Alright, moving on to the next book, Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. This is the first book in the Hoop series, and I just picked one book from this series because I love every single book. Like, I say every single book, like there's so many, there's only 3, but I love all 3 of these books so much, and all of the couples hold a special place in my heart. So there's Long Shot, Block Shot, and Hook Shot, and they're all phenomenal. You have to read them. Basketball romances, so freaking good. But the one that I'm going to be reading the 1-star reviews of today is Long Shot, which is the first one. So this one is definitely the heaviest of all of them, so if you want to read it, definitely look up the trigger warnings. It definitely deals with some very serious, very potentially triggering topics, so definitely keep that in mind before reading this book. But the other 2 are a lot lighter, but they still do deal with serious topics, but they're a lot lighter compared to the first one. So the first one follows August and Iris, and August is literally the best book boyfriend. Like, I'm obsessed with him. He's everything, and the way he is with Iris, I can't even deal. There's one quote where he says, "I'd play you with the 5." Like, there's like a whole other part of it, but I can't remember exactly what it says, but I was melting. I can't even deal with it. This book is everything. So basically, they meet at a bar, but Iris is already in a relationship, and so nothing can happen between them, even though they have this like instant chemistry and they're really drawn to one another. And yeah, so it's definitely a right person, wrong time. And you fast forward a few years later, they meet again, and like they just can't be together. It's never the right time, and then it finally is the right time. And stunning, perfect, beautiful. And then there's Caleb, who we absolutely despise. This book does deal with domestic violence, so definitely keep that in mind going into it. It's very, very heavy, but yeah, this book is so good, so phenomenal. Basketball romance, you guys know I love basketball, and August is everything. So let's have a look at what people have to say about this book. 1 star is for the writing, and the writing only. The story, characters, themes, tropes were all a note for me. Okay, I think Kennedy Ryan's writing is phenomenal, but like, go off. Don't leave rude comments like you don't have a heart or anything like that. The novel has a lot of triggering points, especially the fans who've read and loved the book. I know you like it. I didn't. We readers have our own opinions. I mean, yes, you're entitled to your own opinion, but like, don't know how you didn't like it. DNF. I didn't like the direction this book was heading. Weak heroine who had a crazy chemistry with the hero but has a boyfriend she doesn't really seem to like but stays with him anyway. Not my favorite storyline. Okay, for starters, I'm about to defend the heck out of Iris, because obviously you didn't read far enough into the book to see that she's the strongest, baddest bitch out there. She is so strong. Everything that she's been through, oh my goodness. She's the strongest heroine ever, and she deserves everything good in the world. Like, hello, how dare you? How dare you hate on her? It is rude. Absolutely rude. I rolled my eyes so hard at everything in this book. Horrible. Alright, short and sweet, Miss Girl, whatever. This one just says DNF'd it. Nope, 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 nope. Well, clearly this person didn't like the book. I mean, like, gosh. The next book that I'm going to be reading 1-star reviews of is Love in Other Words by Christina. This book is everything to me. The ultimate childhood friends to lovers second chance romance. So good. Elliot is everything. If you don't like him, get out of here, because he's everything. And how can you not like him? Like, hello. So this follows Elliot and Macy, and they are childhood best friends, and this book switches between past and present. And so in the past, you're watching them become friends for the first time, fall in love for the first time. You fast forward however many years later, and they haven't spoken in a lot of years, and then they meet again, and there's still all that unresolved like stuff there from everything that happened. So you're basically building up to that point in the past of where everything went wrong, and so in the present they're meeting again and they're becoming friends again and they're falling in love again, and it's just beautiful, and I'm absolutely obsessed. And Elliot is the sweetest. He's literally everything. So I don't understand how you can't like it. Like, ridiculous. I usually love a second chance romance, but somehow it took me 5 days to finish this because I didn't like it at all. I have a lot to say, but I'll keep quiet because none of it's good and I don't have time to write a long review. Well, that is appreciated actually, because does anyone really want to read a super long review about a book that they didn't like? Like, no. Me expecting that I'll rate this 5 stars before reading it, clown emoji. And here's my plan, was to end 2021 with a special book. I most definitely would have burnt this book if I had the paperback. That is absolutely disrespectful. Give me your copy, I'll take it. I cannot believe I wasted my time on this. Well, okay, in my opinion it wasn't a waste of time, but sure. What the heck did I just read? Hated, oh my god, I put myself through this so y'all don't have to. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed putting myself through it, but okay. DNF at 44%, I literally couldn't go on anymore. No, maybe a 2.5 though, lol. Well, I hate it. Favorite part of the book is when it ended. Rude. The next book, Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover, her most recent release. Also, did you guys see? It Ends With Us is getting a sequel. I'm so excited. It starts with us, Lily and Atlas's story. I cannot freaking wait. When the announcement dropped this morning, on the day that I'm filming this, I literally had like a full freak out fangirl. Like, Colleen Hoover is blessing us. I cannot wait. Like, It Ends With Us is one of my fave books by Colleen Hoover, and Lily and Atlas deserve a story. Like, Atlas is everything. And Ralph Slander is appreciated here. Feel free to leave it in the comments. It's a safe space for Ralph Slander. I hate that man with my whole being. He's awful. Reminders of Him though. Ledger and blanking on her name. Ledger and Kenna. Kenna has just got out of jail and she wants to see her daughter, but everyone in this town hates her because of this thing that happened. And then she meets Ledger, and Ledger is kind of her only chance at getting close to her daughter, but also the only person in town who doesn't absolutely despise her. And in true Colleen Hoover fashion, this book is plot twisty and heartbreaking and literally bawled my eyes out throughout the whole thing. And is that a fucking pigeon? My favorite line ever. Also, the cover and the title, love when it all makes sense, like when you read the book, literally everything. So let's see what people have to say about this book, because I feel like you just can't hate it. Like, I can't hate a Colleen Hoover book, you know? 1.5 stars. I tried so hard to love this book, but I can't. I didn't like any of the characters or the plot. I absolutely hated the ending. I thought the ending was perfect. I refuse to believe that it ended like that. The only reason that this even got a 0.5 is because I related to Kenna's relationship with her mother. Update. After having time to think about this book, I realized just how boring it was, and it was so dull and unmemorable. Rude. The only person I would finish this book for is my dog, but only if you held him at gunpoint. What? Colleen's spoon-fed writing is my biggest pet peeve. Not that I expect some descriptive prose of new adult fiction, but she spells out everything to the reader like we're dumb. And another writer who does that is Taylor Jenkins Reid, but it's excusable because the characters and themes are always handled neatly. There were a few pages Kenna repetitively described her feelings with the word imagine, and it felt like the author was trying way too hard to be deep, and it made me cringe. Kenna rarely ever did anything reconcilable with her daughter. Maybe 1.5 because I didn't hate this book as much as I hated Without Merit and November 9. Okay, how can you hate November 9? I haven't read Without Merit yet, but like, how can you hate November 9? But I must admit I didn't enjoy a single moment of those parts. With Ivy, I don't know who that is. My god, I wanted this couple to be cock-blocked by the cat so bad. Okay, that's funny. Okay, well, I love Ledger and I love Kenna, like they're everything together, so rude, but okay, moving on. Last book, here we go, Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. I recently read this book and I am obsessed. It's everything. So this follows Cora and Dean, and basically they absolutely despise each other. Dean is Cora's sister's fiance and they've been together for like 15 years, and so Cora's been around Dean basically her whole life, and they've never got along. They're always teasing each other, pranking each other, and they're just awful to each other. And then one night Kenna is at this bar and her wallet gets stolen, and so she has no way of like paying for an Uber to get home, and so she's calling everyone, no one's picking up, and her last resort is Dean. She calls Dean, she's like, hey, like, can you come pick me up? It's like 3 in the morning or something, and he's like, yeah, of course, I'll be there. So he comes and he picks her up, and as they're driving home they end up getting kidnapped by this awful man, and they get kidnapped together and they're in this basement, they're forced to do awful things, and they share this trauma. And when they get out, they're kind of the only two people who really understand what went on, and they confide in each other and they end up, you know, falling in love. And it's so freaking good. This book is dark. It deals with a lot of potentially triggering things, so definitely keep that in mind going into it. But you should read it. You have to read it. It's phenomenal. I don't understand how anyone could write a bad review about this. This was really bad for many reasons. Okay, well, I don't know what those reasons are because you didn't tell me, but sure. I think I'm the only person in the world that didn't like this book. Yeah, probably. DNF, the female MC, got on my nerves. That push and pull, she was wrong for that, and what should have been eating her up was that she was not what she should have been focused on. Dumb. I mean, okay, I semi-agree with this a little bit. Cora did frustrate me at a few points throughout this book because it was so push and pull between them, but not enough for me to give it 1 star, you know? Too dark for me. 1 star. I mean, like, fair enough. It is very dark. DNF'd at 53%. My thoughts, okay. To bang my head against the wall multiple times because of the heroine. Okay, I do understand that a little bit, because like I said before, she's very frustrating at sometimes, but also she's been through a shit ton of, like, she's been through a shit ton. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me literally just get mad for like 20 minutes straight, but that's okay. I knew that was gonna happen. It happened last time, but I still think these videos are quite entertaining, especially if you guys like these books too, like as much as I do, then you like relate to how I'm feeling. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys want to see another part, let me know. And leave any video requests in the comments below, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of running out of ideas. So if you guys have any videos or like book recommendation tropes that you want to see, let me know so I can film those. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.